Hello, dear friends. Hello, freedom fighters all over the world. I greet you. I bring greetings to every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Yes, you will know that what we are doing is not an easy task. And we are here to push until we have victory. We will not stop. Ndị Igbo shikwara n'ike. They have people. But I don't know what has suddenly gone wrong. That the voices of the Igbos don't matter again in Nigeria. Are you not seeing how it's going? Everybody will come up and say one or two things, but yet, as if nothing is happening. This time around, my table has turned round to what Christian Association of Nigeria said of recent. When United States of America, their office, their government is trying to save Christians, save Biafrans, the Yoruba Bilie, using one Abimbola to say, no, that thing you are hearing, that Fulani are killing Igbos or killing Biafrans or killing Christians is a lie. It's charade. It's just noise. Yes, that's what one Yoruba person said under the auspices of Christian Association of Nigeria. Ijikwa aha Chukwu na-atụ asị. You're still lying with the name of God. Hey, now wow. How would Nigeria be saved? How would the Christian be saved if Christian Association of Nigeria would lie against itself, would lie against Christians who are dying, who are shedding tears, whose husbands have been beheaded, whose wives have been raped, whose children have been cut into pieces, whose houses have been burnt to ashes, their shops raided, their farmland destroyed by these Fulani people, coded and aided by Nigerian government. Christian Association of Nigeria, you are now the killer of the Christians. I want us to hear our brother Okechukwu, Mazi Okechukwu, Joseph. He's here to address a lot of things. I'm telling you, old Roland Umume, like it's getting to the brim of it. Let's hear him.
Christian Association of Nigeria. I just read that you guys have gone to the media, as expected, to dismiss the claim of Christian genocide in Nigeria. I read that. I wasn't told. I read it. One Abimbola from Christian Association of Nigeria has gone to tell the whole world that all of this is just noise. It's just some foreign actors trying to undermine the government of the day. Yes, you can fight against terrorism, help and support. Let's fight terrorism, but all of this thing, it just is not true. The terrorists, they kill everybody. You know as much as I do, yes, terrorists kill everybody. They kill Christians, they kill Muslims. But there has never been any question, any doubt whatsoever as to whether Christians are being systematically eliminated to the point of genocide in this country called Nigeria. There has never been a question. Because you don't have the figures. I posted the figures recently because you guys will not go and take your time to get the numbers of casualties. Some other people did it for you. As at this year, 2025, it's about 125,000 Christians and about 60,000 Muslims. And you tell me there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria? And yet Nigeria is about the worst place to be a Christian? And yet Nigeria recently became the country with the worst life expectancy. And you tell me Christian genocide is not happening. You guys are cursed. You know, the Christian Association of Nigeria has been a very active and vibrant arm of any government that is in power. You guys have never in your lives been on the side of Christians. You have never openly made any major move to say that you are angry with what is happening to Christians in Nigeria. I've never seen any move, no action. You are Christian Association of Nigeria. Tell me what time in the history of your formation, especially since Boko Haram had dawned on Nigeria that you guys ever took a decision and made a move to challenge the government narrative or position on the killings. Not once. And today you are here again defending the actions of the government of the day. At the time that people are being killed, Christian villages, Christian farms are being completely taken over by terrorists. When they kill some Muslims, you'll be like, oh, but they are killing Muslims too. So because of that, there is no Christian massacre, there is no Christian genocide. Christian Association of Nigeria, I hope and pray that Christians all over the country, Nigeria, will know that you guys are not Christians. That even if you are fake Christians, and that you are not there to protect or fight for the interest of Christians. I said it on record. And we can go back into memory lane and look at all of your antecedents, all of them anti-Christian. You guys are a curse on the body of Christ. And all I can say is, may the God of heaven rebuke all of you one by one. You see, because of tribe and politics, you will now whitewash something that is going to affect so many people. Even if the foreigners who are campaigning against this government for their inaction over Christian massacres, even if they have an ulterior motive, even if there's something else they have in mind, why would you stand there and sugarcoat something that is known to even an unborn child, that there is a massive unfolding Christian genocide in Nigeria? We don't need Americans to tell us. Are you guys sick in your minds? You stupid things and claim you are Christian. So Christian who? Help is on the way. Help is on the way. One way or another. God will see his people through. Oh, he will see his people through. Trust me. If it's for you guys, all these hopeless political associations, if it is for you people, all you are doing is canvassing for prayers all over the place. Pray for Nigeria, pray for Nigeria. Do not demarket Nigeria. Do not speak evil of Nigeria. But you don't want to look at the very foundational problem that Nigeria has. You are sitting down there saying absolutely nothing when the president of the federation gave only 2 ministerial slots to Igbo people, and you guys look at the injustices and how they have vowed that no Igbo man will ever rule Nigeria, and you look at the injustice, nobody is allowed to speak about it, but you're telling Igbos who are inside your churches to pray for Nigeria. And psychologically, you're seeing the people are being traumatized by injustice. What is the essence of church if it is not to support justice over injustice? If it is not to fight for the oppressed? Because church is business for Nigerians. It's a political tool of control in Nigeria. That's why nobody will pay attention when it comes to defending the injustice meted on other people, like the Igbo people. You will say, oh no, you see, church is church. We don't get involved in politics. But when it comes to whitewashing the lie that is putting a dent on the government of the day, you will get the church involved in praying. You will start speaking up. You will start having protests. 1 million man march, shutting down Ojota, doing all these things. But you can't get involved in the other acts of injustice. You fake people. I say it again. The help is on the way. By the special grace of God. One way or another. God bless you. Someone asked me very, very important question that I wanted to answer publicly. He said to me, Joe, why don't you support one Nigeria? And I asked him, what is one Nigeria? And he said, one Nigeria is uniting everyone under one umbrella, one name, Nigeria, so that we can become one and love one another, so that all the divisions will disappear. Bottom line, unity. That's what he said. So I told him clearly that one Nigeria is not about unity. It's not about uniting Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba, or any other tribe. No, it's not. One Nigeria is all about oppressing, suppressing, and keeping the Igbo people permanently caged, permanently incapacitated, permanently emasculated economically and otherwise. Put them in chains. Do not give them any breathing space, because if you do, they will overrun everyone, overrun the entire place, and outpace the colonial forces who are behind the curtains engineering all of these that you see. The whole idea of one Nigeria, let me say it again, is to keep the Igbos permanently incapacitated and enslaved. That is the truth, only the truth, and nothing but the truth. If you wanted to unite Nigeria, you don't have to make noise about it. The indices of unity are there. There are so many things that Nigeria could have done if they wanted to be united, if that's what we are pursuing in Nigeria, if that was the agenda. I'll give you a few examples so you don't think I am just speaking sentimentally, or I'm just being a typical Igbo man, playing the victim's card like you people always say. Explain to me why people in Yoruba land, children at school, are not being taught Yoruba language, Igbo language, and Hausa language at school. Explain to me why kids in Igbo land are not being taught all these three major languages, and kids in the north are not being taught all these three major languages, so that whenever they go to any part of the country that they don't originally come from, they can easily communicate with their fellow Nigerians. If an Igbo child gets up from Igbo land and gets into Yoruba land, if a Yoruba child gets up from Lagos or anywhere in Yoruba land and gets to the north, they will never have a single language barrier. They will speak to whoever is there and they will understand. If this was implemented when I was in primary school, even secondary school, by now our own children will be the next generation that is carrying on them this mandate of unity, a very critical aspect of that unity that you say they are looking for, which is not what they're looking for. If unity was the agenda, why is it that the military was structured in such a way that there is a massive lacuna between the military in Nigeria and the people of Nigeria, the civilians. The military functions in a way that when the people see the military coming, they see an enemy. When the military sees the people coming, they see a potential enemy. There is no connection, no love affair, nothing whatsoever, because they were structured to protect the interest of the colonials at the center where these things are dictated from. The military's job is to answer to the federal government. Go to other countries in the world, you will see the relationship. Have you seen where the military is punishing a civilian in Nigeria? You can just tell that there is no relationship whatsoever. It was by design. If a military man is in trouble somewhere today, Nigerian people, for the most part, a greater percentage will allow that military to perish if they won't even make it easier for him to perish. Because there is an enmity that is created between the two. It was by design, because they are meant to protect the forced unity. So that if anybody wakes up and says, I am tired of this fake unity, I want to have my own freedom, the military will step in. If anybody challenges anything that has to do with the fake union, the military will step in. Rather than saying, no, the people have the right to say they don't want. We are the military, we will stand with the people. No, but the military will stand with the federal, which represents the colonial interest. And so, one Nigeria was meant to be protected by the military. And that's almost like their sole responsibility. That anybody who shall dare to come against this whole idea of one Nigeria, which is actually not about one Nigeria, that the military shall come to find out what your problem really is. As you have seen in the case of Nationa and any other person who had tried, boom, they are the first. They don't send the police, the military will come for you. Because one Nigeria is not about uniting the independent nations that existed in Igbo land, in the north, in the west, before Lugard forcefully amalgamated in 1914. One Nigeria is about keeping this rare breed of people in eastern Nigeria in shackles, because the moment you leave them, they will just take over everywhere. They have found out what is in the Igbo man. They have written about it in their colonial books and writings, and everybody knows that's what it is. That's why an Igbo man is not allowed to become the president of Nigeria. An Igbo man cannot have seaport in his region. Any seaport that is even in close proximity to the Igbos must be destroyed. That's why we had to dismember the geopolitics of the Igbo man, so that we can make it look like they are isolated and that they are landlocked. It's all about, if you want to be hated by the colonials, get close to the Igbos. If you want to be loved, you better punish the Igbo man. That's why everybody has mouth to talk to the Igbo man in Nigeria. It's all about the Igbos. 20 pounds given to them after the war, where they lost close to 6 million, and yet today, by several years ago, they said about 55% of the money in circulation in Nigeria is in the hands of the Igbo man, and they are still rising and taking over. It's about the Igbo man, not about real unity. The earlier we understood this, the better for all of us. But we are here to stay, and we will be free one way or another. God bless you.
Thank you, erudite brother Joseph Okechukwu. You have come again. This voice must not cease. You must have to use this voice as God has given it to you. This knowledge, this wisdom must be used for the freedom fighting. You can't hide. Anywhere you are, you can't hide because they will put finger in your eyes and you will speak. And that has done. That has been done. All right. Let's go ahead. We'll continue.